Thanks for checking out this video. So let's go ahead and get into what I got for Vinegar Syndrome for their August releases. 3 of these were included in my subscribership, and 4 of them I actually purchased in addition. So I'm going to go over these. Once again, I have them ranked from what I'm least excited about, which I'll show you first, to what I'm most excited about, which is what I will show you last in this grouping. And I think I ended up buying everything extra, all the extra movies that they had available, in addition to my subscribership, so I don't think they're left out. Again, I'm going to end up watching these movies. I'm going to end up going through the special features, reading the essays, all that stuff, if essays are included, and then doing a video ranking all of these releases. No promise on when I end up getting that out, because it could take a while, and it usually does take a little bit, at least a week or two. So yeah, but it's usually fun to see like how I rank them excitement wise in this video, and then how I rank them after I actually watch them. So anyway, let's go with the one I am least excited about first, and that is the film Devil Times 5. I've seen this film before. I saw it on Shudder. It wasn't bad. It wasn't that good. I gave it like a 2.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd when I watched it, but I like the artwork on this. That's pretty fun, especially that one. That's a good time. And this is a 4K, so I am really interested to see how much better it looks as opposed to when I watched it on Shudder and then just the discs on the inside. All right, Devil Times 5. Julie, her boyfriend Rick, and a number of other guests have assembled at the chalet of her wealthy father, nestled deep in the snowy surroundings of Lake Arrowhead. Their laid-back boozing and petty arguments are upended by the unexpected arrival of a group of 5 mysterious children who claim to have become stranded after their bus broke down. Taking pity on the youngsters, the group offers to let them stay at the house until help arrives. Unbeknownst to the adults, these tots are in fact on the run from an asylum, and they waste no time in getting down to manipulating and then viciously killing their unsuspecting hosts. Again, saw it before, wasn't huge on it, but you never know. Maybe it was the mood I was in, whatever. Do like the artwork on this one. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it when I rewatch it. All right, the next one is one of the cinematograph releases. They actually had 2 cinematograph releases for August, and this one was very timely because with the recent passing of Shelley Duvall, they just happened to be releasing Thieves Like Us, which it stars Keith Carradine and Shelley Duvall. And I watched the trailer of this, and it looked really good, and I also looked up some reviews on it, and people were saying that this is an outstanding performance in the film from Shelley Duvall. So I felt like, man, I really do want to see that. Plus, it just looked interesting. And as usual, they have the whole pullout here. And there's, the essay stuff that they always have in the booklet part. And then the discs. So is this 4K, actually? Yes, 4K. 4K on this one. Which is great. Let's read about it. In Depression-era Mississippi of the 1930s, 3 men, Bowie, Chickamauga, and T-Dub, break out of prison before embarking on a bank robbery spree across the southern United States. Along the way, Bowie falls in love with Kichi, who is Shelley Duvall's character, and plans for a future life without violence if it doesn't do him in first. Yeah, like I said, I watched the trailer. It looked like a really interesting, good film. Plus, like I said, Shelley Duvall's performance is said to be phenomenal in this film. It gets pretty good reviews. It's a Robert Altman film, too, which is usually pretty solid at least. So, yeah, very excited to check out Thieves Like Us. Then the next film is actually the other cinematograph, because this one looked even more interesting to me. I watched the trailer and I was like, this one looks kind of like bonkers, over-the-top fun. Now, I do have to show you, there is damage on this right there. That is not a Vinegar Syndrome thing. Well, kind of, actually. That damage is from FedEx. They really beat the box up. But everything was packed in there very tightly with not much room and not a whole lot of packaging with it. So, mainly FedEx's fault. A little bit Vinegar Syndrome's fault on that. But it's not bad. It's not bad. So, anyway, this is Joyride cinematograph release. And like I said, it looked kind of like a wild, bonkers-ish movie. Essays. Yup. And one disc, only Blu-ray on this one, unfortunately, not 4K. But the prices reflect that, so you're not paying a ton more. 3 disaffected youths in California, couple John and Mary, along with their friend Scott, abruptly quit their jobs and take a ferry headed to Alaska in the pursuit of a new life running a salmon fishing business. Shortly after arriving, they are robbed, spurring a ripple effect of violence and its repercussions. It's an amalgamation of a road movie, dark comedy, and crime drama, and it looks like that from the trailer. It really does look pretty cool. So, Robert Carradine is in it. No real big names otherwise. So yeah, this one looks like a lot of fun. Excited to get into Cinematograph's Joyride. Because for the most part, the cinematographs I've gotten, I've enjoyed. Alright, so the next one was one of the additional ones that another additional one that I purchased. Those 2 cinematographs were additional. And this one is My Father is a Hero. I think this one is also called The Enforcer. There's the artwork. Artwork's okay. I hate these bottom loading ones. There's the original artwork on it. And there's a poster in there. And then that's the disc. Is the other the artwork that was on the back. Alright, My Father is a Hero. Gong Wei is an undercover cop living in mainland China. He is so deep undercover that his own wife and son don't even know he's a cop. After a mid-level gangster nicknamed Blackie is arrested, Wei is ordered by his superiors to help Blackie escape back to Hong Kong in an attempt to gain his trust and infiltrate his gang. When an arms deal goes wrong, Wei attracts the attention of a female Hong Kong detective named Anne Fong, who begins investigating him. Things become more complicated for Wei when his own son soon ends up in danger, and Wei has no choice but to team up with Anne in order to save his son and stop the gangsters from pulling off a deadly heist. Yeah, also known as The Enforcer, which stars Jet Li. So, yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Jet Li before. This is another one where I watched the trailer and I was like, that trailer looks actually pretty like over the top bonkers. And it looks like the martial arts in it are super, super fun. And I'm always looking for that with martial arts films. So very excited to eventually get into My Father is a Hero. Then the next one is, and this is my style of film. It's not going to be for everyone. I know there are a lot of people who, when they see this type of film coming out through Vinegar Syndrome, they're like, it's dumb, it's ridiculous, I'm not going to like it. But I like movies that they've released like Pandemonium and Wacko, and this one is the same. It's a old horror comedy called Bloodbath at the House of Death, and it has Vincent Price in it, which is wonderful. First of all, this is a very fun cover, and it looks appropriately kind of like wacky, zany. And then the back is kind of interesting because it's like someone with a lightsaber. I assume there's some Star Wars joke in there. And then this is the original artwork, which is also pretty fun and funny looking. And just the disc in there. All right, let's read about Bloodbath at the House of Death. A group of 6 scientists have assembled to test the apparent abundance of supernatural goings-on at the secluded Headstone Manor. No sooner have they set up all of their ghost-catching gadgetry than the hauntings begin. From randy spirits to unexplained manifestations, all the signs of the afterlife incarnate are present. But when members of their party start winding up deceased, it becomes clear that these undead souls aren't very friendly, and all the while the foggy grounds of the manor are being traversed by another mysterious figure. They call it a riotous British send-up of the fad of paranormal investigation and haunted house films. The premise sounds like it's kind of ripped from House on Haunted Hill. So, which the original one, Price was in, but anyway. This one looks fun. I'm very excited for this. You don't get these types of films very often, so when they do come around, I get pretty excited. So yeah, Bloodbath at the House of Death. Excited. Alright, my second to last one, the one I'm second most excited about because it looks totally bonkers, totally over the top, and has, Hong Kong action written all over it. That is Love on Delivery. And to match how ridiculous it looked, we have this kind of like Technicolor slipcover, which is pretty awesome. I mean, this stuff just looks ridiculous. I'm excited about that. I love the over-the-top ridiculous stuff. I mean, come on. The original artwork, he's like turns into a chicken apparently or something. I don't know. There's an essay book in here, which I'm very excited to always see that. There's a poster, which that might be a poster worth putting up at some point if I like it. All right, here we go. Hokam Nyan, sorry for the name pronunciation. A lowly food delivery boy falls madly in love with a beautiful woman named Lily. The only problem is a brutish judo instructor named Black Bear, who also has eyes for Lily, embarrasses him in front of her by making him look like a coward. Vowing to win over Lily's affection, he begins learning martial arts from a supposed kung fu master who is secretly just scamming him out of his money. To make matters worse, Lily's old boyfriend returns and challenges him to a martial arts tournament to prove who is the better man. Believing he is actually learning real kung fu, he accepts the fight and now must defend his honor to prove he is worthy of Lily's love. Stephen Chow in this one. It said, starring beloved Hong Kong comedy actor Stephen Chow, who was in Kung Fu Hustle and Shaolin Soccer. Okay, love on delivery. It looks really ridiculous, really fun. It just looks like there's a lot of like intentional, ridiculous, over-the-top comedy to it, which I'm a fan of, especially in these Hong Kong films. So, yeah. And then now coming to the one that I am most excited about, which if people know what the releases were for August, you'll know which one I'm about to say, and that is Hell's Trap. This one looks very fun. I think I already saw someone on social media saying that they already watched it and it was a good time. It kind of looks like a mixture of just like a normal slasher mixed with like a knockoff Freddy Krueger. Oh, you know what? The original artwork is pretty awesome, honestly. I like that original artwork a lot. And then the inside, just that. Nothing special. All right. Trampa Infernal, or Hell's Trap. Nacho and Mauricio are friends, but their competitive nature has them at each other's throats. After an embarrassing defeat, Mauricio comes up with one last bet to settle the score. When a number of gory bear attacks are reported in the paper, the boys decide whoever can kill the deadly beast will be declared the machoest man of them all. Because why not? With girlfriends and sidekicks in tow, they venture out for the ultimate hunt, but when they start getting attacked and mutilated, they realize they've gone from being the hunters to being the hunted, and the bear they thought they'd catch may be something more sinister than they could have ever dreamed. It's from iconic Mexican director Pedro Galindo III, who did the Vacation of Terror 2 film. And then stars Pedro Fernandez, who was in Vacation of Terror 1 and Panic in the Mountains. So, yeah, some more Mexican horror, which what I've seen so far has been very enjoyable. So, Hell's Trap, most excited to check this one out. So, go ahead and you'll have to wait for my review of all of these and ranking of them, which hopefully isn't more than 2 weeks from now, maybe 1 week. I don't know. It depends on how much time I end up having. Actually, probably going to be more like 2 weeks because thinking about what's coming up schedule-wise. But, yeah, excited to get to these, and you can look forward to that video. And in the meantime, what have you picked up recently? Doesn't have to be Vinegar Syndrome. Doesn't have to be horror. Just whatever you're excited about. Go ahead and put it in the comments, and we can talk about what you got and our excitement and how nerdy we are. But please do me a favor, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would appreciate that. Also, hit the notification bell button if you haven't already. That way you'll know when I'm putting up new videos. And please help out with thumbs up on all the videos to help with that YouTube algorithm traction. Would appreciate that. But regardless, thanks for taking your time to watch these videos. And until next time, keep it brutal.